And like I say, I go back in and milk. You know what I mean? Milk this cow. Getting naked with Nasty from Nasty on the Beats. www.nastyonthebeats.com. Again, as you see, I'm in the same outfit, so these all recorded on the same day. Again, props to Lyrikill, shouting out www.lyrikillmusic.com. I'm totally grateful to him for allowing me to use his space. We're going to be doing a lot more, different things musically coming ahead. Certainly got some things that we've been talking about. This particular beat that we're going to be doing in this session, and I'm trying to get right to it, is from a project I have anticipated to come out sometime this year. Probably going to be towards the end of the year. I got some things, I got a bunch of albums I'm working on right now. So it's called a Jazzier Wet Dream. They're all jazz-inspired beats. So the theme will have some jazz elements, to it, but it's really the beats themselves that have the jazz in it. This particular song is actually going to be on the album, but it's also featured on The Prophet and the Prophecy, which you can get through my website, www.nastyonthebeats.com. It'll take you to Bandcamp where you can download it, but it's also on all streaming platforms. The project is called The Prophet and the Prophecy. This song is called And Suddenly Through the Back Door. Okay, so let's get into sample wise. As you can tell, the Creature of Habit beat was made because I had made this beat. So I went back in, like I say, I go back in and milk. You know what I mean? Milk this cow. Shout out to Captain Daughter. Milk this cow the best way we know how, baby. I go back in and go, look, I can still pull some beef out of this. So anyway, so if this sounds familiar to you, it's because I did one of the episodes on Creature of Habit. So this was the original. So you hear the sample there, again, international. And so let's get into the drums first. Different type of kick there. Got a little cymbal in there. Kind of an overlap. The cool thing about this Jazzier Wet Dream, I'm pausing for just a minute. The cool thing about the Jazzier Wet Dream, I was in Colorado Springs, made a couple of production albums up there, but in there I started to really get into cymbals, and that's what ultimately led to a Jazzier Wet Dream. So you hear some intricacies of how cymbals are utilized, different hi-hats and so forth, and this certainly features that. Okay, and then let's see. Put that shit on 6. It's got such a rich sound to that sample. What's on the 8? You get a, saxophone. Piano. All right, let's play it all. So let's look at the full song. Give me 1 second. Make sure that's right. Okay, watch this. Coming in all nice and subtle. This is just a little questionnaire for America. What do you do when you no longer have the military power? When your strength is taken from you? When you no longer have the upper hand? And all of a sudden, and in a different fashion, someone comes in that's stronger than you. Watch this. Thing going. Grand Wonder Assist, a tandem fame, gunner and gist. So claim fly to that bitch laying under my fist. Pound for the effort. A planogram of thunder and wrist with a swap. For thinking never is a plot with a twist when it's not. The first ever bad weather came in a flood to a world where it had never rained. Consider the core can be ice cold and bitter, and so where the surface hot for the perfect shot with better aim. This is more than rap or cellophane. It's a school where a fool's dad had an early signed out. This ain't group sex on a merry-go-sing. Mr. Clapper will snap, you gon' fuck around and find out. It was an automatic grind out, regardless of the context. And when your mom's test was handed in, your plain complex was paper thin. Where even the lift off has gotten me pissed off. Land again. I know that's right. And suddenly through the back door, I know what I'm saying. Death heated reply, a much needed grief goodbye. Getting naked with nasty. Leading the stampede and feeding the proceeds to the pedals jamming hostile at the takeoff. Butter cakes off, the crumble at the bake off. The yeast of leaven, the least of seven. Have them easily celebrating the evil of the beast from heaven. Now was that over your head shot when the sky is the limit? Shit, to take the beer back to the brews is called regal. Black bear embarrassed the bald eagle. The witch doctors murder in the 3rd degree. It's all legal. And your case closed with your face exposed. Open air to the throne measured oxygenic ruler. Birth of a nation cool. Let me be the doula. Years of a new ton where a little dab will do you sweet. The black more than a pity pat panther. Strapped with a full slap, but give me that. Sexton a question, well guessed for kitty cat answers. Perjury if entered with a Jimmy hat. Flexing and firing, missiles with a dialing. Mix chipping off the angles from your white pentagonal block. My violence warned of silent knuckles locked. And they were still shocked that I entered the premise and didn't knock. For real? What is with these people, man? And suddenly through the back door,